It seems like MatAnyone 2 has been officially released earlier this week, and this is a huge technology. I actually covered MatAnyone 1 or the initial MatAnyone earlier, probably about a year ago, and it was really amazing then. So it's cool to see an update on what has changed from MatAnyone 2. Let's go down here and we see that they already have a few examples. And we see that this is pretty high action input of this person dancing over here to the left. But we can see over here in the right that this person is completely green screen. And when I hover over them, you can actually see this person, how I guess the computer sees the person, where it has the background completely blacked out and they have just their outline. But it's really crisp, honestly. Almost seems like it's like one of those blocked out characters in one of those video games. And I think they're doing a lot better with the edging and the outline of a person, because even if you look at this person's hair, you can tell each individual strand, each kind of even frizzy pattern that's there. So it's really powerful as far as how well it does that. Let's try a different example. You even see this girl on the left who's getting ready, posing, I guess. You see her over here in the green, which is all green screen, but you still see her. And you see it doesn't really have any type of overlay or overlap from the background. It's all just here. If I hover over this, you can even see here where you see even like individual strands of this hair, and it's curly hair. I do think green screening, cutting people out, especially people with more curlier, kinky hair and those type of aesthetics, it's harder to green screen out. But you can see that it has no problem with this in MatAnyone 2. And I'll tell you why that's so important in the future. I'll tell you why that's so important later on in this video, because that is actually a game changer when it comes to a lot of different AI products. If you think this is pretty cool and you want to see more AI like this, please like and subscribe, as I would like to keep on rolling out more AI content and AI papers to everyone. On to another example of something that's pretty high action. This person is literally breakdancing, and that's kind of hard to do even from AI to even recognize that. Even with the lighting, it's really lit with the beam shining from behind it, but you can see the green screen does a pretty good job even keeping the lighting around the person. And like, see, it looks like the legs are glowing, the lighting is coming from behind it. Even when you see how it looks when it's having the background be all black and just having the person just all white, like that hidden character feature, you see that they actually cut out the people really well in this. With this one, you see that it keeps visual effects along with what's being cut out. Even with the motion, it does really good even with the clothes, as a woman is flapping her skirt or dress, whatever you want to call it, and is able to demonstrate that she's still able to keep the visual ripples as well as outline the person really well. Even as I hover over this, you see how it's capturing it from more of a computer generated perspective. Even here, you see this person is sitting here with the wind blowing the hair, and you see even with the green screen how it's picking up the hair, but it's not picking up any type of overlap from the background. A lot of automatic green screening technology or matting anyone technology, you see that a lot of times the hair is picked up and it looks like really weird, but you don't see that here. That's really impressive. A lot of AIs mess up with the hair, especially with different type of weather conditions and especially individual strands, but you see it's actually being picked up. Pretty sure if we zoomed in really close that we'll be able to probably see a little bit of the background being picked up, but it's not doing it too bad here. I think here's another example here where you see this woman's walking on the beach, and they're really doing good at finding like the edge and the silhouette of the person to find the exact outline and identifying the exact parts of what a person is and isn't. And it doesn't just stop there. You see here where they have this animation where you see here on the left, it's like a team of AI generated people or avatars or some type of animation. And then you see on the right side where they have, well, the cat, the person, the bunny, and everyone outlined pretty perfectly too. Or even with multiple characters, you can still get that same type of outline. Even when I look at the mat, you can see individual hair strands that are coming out, and even the female's curl pattern here, to show you just how crisp and how well it's able to find the edges of people and capture the whole thing without having like any bleeding on from background or from any other object. Here's another one with the polar bear walking up with a girl, and you still see that it's two people and that they're able to walk side by side with each other, even though the polar bear doesn't really have footprints, but that's besides the point. You do still see that the polar bear and the girl are actually green screened out altogether on the right side, and they're doing a really good job. You don't see really any snow, any white particles on the green screen. Even when you look at the map, you don't see any of that being picked up. You do see the boot getting hidden by the snow, but it makes sense because the boot is actually disappearing. So I think all in all, this is pretty good. The last example that they have here is this woman walking with her katana, I guess, right? And you still see how they was able to matte all of it. Even with the hair flowing in the wind, it's picking up all that in the green screen. Even here with the matte, you can even see it better with how well the hair strands, individual strands, are coming together into it. They have here, Matte 2 is a practical human video matting framework that preserves fine details by avoiding segmentation like boundaries, while also shows enhanced robustness under challenging real-world conditions. And I think that's important, which I want to get to this in general, but let's go ahead and read the abstract first. Video matting remains limited by the scale and realism of existing data sets, while leveraging segmentation data can enhance semantic stability. The lack of effective boundary supervision often leads to segmentation like matters lacking fine detail. To this end, we introduced a Learn Matte Quality Evaluator, MQE, that assesses the semantic and boundary quality of alpha matter without ground truth. It produces a pixel-wise evaluation map that identifies reliable and erroneous regions, enabling fine-grained quality assessment. The MQE scales up video matting in two ways. One, as an online matting quality feedback during training and suppresses erroneous regions, providing comprehensive supervision. And two, as an offline section module for data curation, improving annotation quality by combining the strengths of leading video and image matting models. The process allows us to build a large-scale real-world video matting dataset, VM-Reel, containing 28,000 clips and 2.4 million frames to handle large appearance variations in long videos. We introduced a reference frame training strategy that incorporates long-range frames beyond the local window for effective training. Basically, which is a lot of jargon, but let's get down to what this actually means. Basically, what they're saying is that this has been a problem in, well, any type of AI generator software, where if you're trying to replace a person or cut out a person to be used later on in the process, it matters how well you can cut out that person. It's like feeding in data and then trying to get perfection out. So if it's crap in, it's not necessarily crap out, but crap in does make it harder to make something come out better. So if you have better ingredients in, you can get better ingredients out. And that's usually how it goes. So what they're basically saying is that they're able to now have 28,000 clips, 2.4 frames as references that they fed into this model, and they have fine-tuned this model to be able to find boundaries and make sure it understands the boundaries of what a person, animal, or object is and what it's not, so they can really fine-tune the outline of a person. And we saw that in those examples. And why this matters is I'm pretty sure we see people leveraging these similar type of technologies in other AI models. Wouldn't be surprised if Kling, even like Google Veo and other AI models, and use these type of, it's not the same model, but same type of approach underneath to get better outputs. And so if we have better technology like MatAnyone 2, then we'll probably have better outcomes in general when it comes to better AI models. So if somebody can make an open source one, I'm pretty sure the closed source ones are going to be a lot better in the near future. This is just a diagram of what it actually looks like and the process. There's like kind of a difference between MatAnyone and MatAnyone 2, so the previous and the second generation, where we see there are two diagrams up here. And so the difference in MatAnyone and MatAnyone 2 is trained with our real world VRM dataset, meaning that they have more quality data on training, and training is a huge part of any AI in order to really get it to understand what the tasks that it need to do and solve it. Where each alpha label is paired with a binary evaluation map. We see here's the alpha label, and this is the evaluation map, where we don't see it over here. So this pairing is a huge change from what we see with the first MatAnyone. They said this enables mass matting loss, unreliable pixels, while the learned matting quality evaluator QE supplies eval to supervise both core and boundary regions for large variations. The reference frame strategy adds a long-range temporal cues, importing robust to large appearance changes without extra memory costs. So it doesn't seem like it actually is huge on the processing part, or at least on the memory side. So it's probably still able to do this without extra processing too much, because it's probably just a more trained model. But even going down here, we see the input here, what we just saw up top, but we also see the GVM versus MatAnyone 2, which is another player in the space. And we just see how sometimes the hair gets a little bit lost right here, versus when you scale all the way over to MatAnyone 2, it actually looks pretty good. You kind of see all the individual curl patterns, but you see here how it has that kind of foggy, misty look to it. Then we see the original MatAnyone versus MatAnyone 2, and what we see here is that it definitely doesn't show with the hair as much. Even the individual arms, I feel like you can see even over here, the MatAnyone 2, how you can see the person arm to see their muscle and the actual curve of their arm, versus this one looks more like a slender block when it comes to MatAnyone and MatAnyone 2. I think it looks pretty good though. It's definitely an improvement, and it's just going to get better from here. And they talked about more like a data pipeline, what they did, and they have this demo video about MatAnyone 2 scaling video matting via a learned quality evaluator. And basically in here they go a little bit over the paper and just the examples, but we already did that. Or we see like the one with the dress, the one sitting down, and these all look pretty cool. The only thing that I think is a little bit different about this paper than the last one is that the last MatAnyone, they had maxed out the Joker, and it seems like these are a little bit more generic examples. MatAnyone, the first one, used a lot of movie references and stuff, and they don't seem like they're doing that. And I think I pretty much understand, just because of how people are cracking down on AI generated videos and copyright. But it does seem like they have a demo up on Hugging Face. So this is Hugging Face. This says the MatAnyone series. We have the MatAnyone 2 already selected. And if I upload a video, let me see if I can find a video to upload.
If you had a moment with the president right now, tonight, what would you say to him?
I would say we are patriotic Americans. We have done.
Upload a video that you see here. This is what Darmio Amade, CEO of Anthropic, did a video about them with the whole Anthropic being used for the military and getting banned. You should definitely check that out. I'm gonna see how it looks if we're able to load that video. This is a much longer video. No, they have it here with the Joker. As far as one of the examples down here with the Joker walking, they did that last time. I'm not sure why they didn't use the Joker this time, because I think that would have been a pretty cool example to use. Mat 2 is selected. All right, let's give it a click and let's see how well it works out. Did they do it already?
If you had a moment with the president right now, tonight, what would you say to him?
I would say we're patriotic Americans. We have done everything we have done has been.
If you had a moment with the president.
So I had to look at the tutorial to actually see how it works. So now I had some masking here, as you see me clicking to see who this person is. So I'm clicking to get the girl and I'm clicking to get the guy. And now I can do the video matting here and we'll see how it turns out. Boom. And it took only a few seconds, and this is what we got so far.
If you had a moment with the president right now, tonight,
we're going to see 10 billion-dollar companies pretty soon, like $1 billion valuation. We're going to see 10. And the thing that.
Well, I guess it didn't work. I did try some other videos to see if that would work, but it didn't seem like it did that. But it does say if you encounter any issue in frozen video output, which is what I encountered, or wish to run this at a higher resolution input, please consider duplicating this space and launching a demo locally following the GitHub instructions. So it seems like I could just go ahead and duplicate this space and run it myself, and it probably would do a lot better. But for now, we do see that the output, what they shown, are already pretty good. And tell me what you think about MatAnyone 2. Do you think that is a good model, or do you think that you can't wait for them to make MatAnyone 3? That being said, your boy Dex9 Dexter out.